Good morning to Dr. Safiza. Today, me and my group members from Group G will present our mini project titled Sport Facilities Information System. So, these are the group members. The first member is me, Chesler William, who is also the leader of this group. The second member is Said Nur Irfan, and the last member is Hani Mastura. The first part of our presentation will be presented by Said.
Thank you, Cheslev, for the introduction. Now, I will present the introduction of our sport facilities information system. Nowadays, many systems have developed from manual system to computerized system. Online banking system does not only assist the facilities you need to achieve higher quality, but it also helps to simplify the booking process and raise the efficiency in management. Sports is an objective. There are many kinds of sports around us. There are traditional and modern sports, from the past to the modern generation. Sports are likable and there are variations in and innovation in sports. Today's people had attention towards sports, from the younger to the elders. They must at least have played sports in their lifetime. Sports like football and basketball can bring us the unity if we play together. Through sports perspective, sports complement for people like students, which is feeling needs towards sports. Sports can develop the stamina and the enjoyment while playing it. Sport facilities and equipment system allow students of University Technology Melaka Malaysia to booking the desired facilities or sport equipment based on the first come first serve. The student that had booked first only can get use of the facilities or equipment. If the other students that come after that, they will be rejected and they need to book to the next session of time. The main data in a system is the availability of the sports facilities and equipment. The student can book to their specific time, follows their needs. Next, let's go to problem statement. Currently, the sports user in UTM is unable to know whether they can use the facilities or sports equipment before they reserve it, because with the current system, if they want to use the facilities and the equipment for students, they must go to the sports center first to check the availabilities of the required facilities or equipment. Besides, if the student wants to book badminton courts, they must go to the sports center first. Must go to the sports center first to book, and they will only know the available course upon their booking at that time. Lastly, in the current UTEM Sports Center, there is unsystematic system that provides difficulties to keep the detail of the user. The details that are kept in papers and books might make the longer time to search the previous or old details. For the next part, I'll give my turn to Hani.
Thank you, Sai, for the great explanation. Now I'll proceed to the objective of our mini group project. The objective of this project are as follows. The first objective is to develop an information system that manage the booking of the facilities. Second, to produce the list of student, list of booking, list of facility, list of the most demand facility, and the list of most frequent user of the facility. Those are the reason why we create this mini project. Next, we will proceed to the business rule. The first business rule is each booking form can fill out to many students and each student can fill out many booking form. Second, each facility must belong to one sport equipment. Each sport equipment may have many facilities. The third one, a facility can receive many booking form and each booking form can receive by many facilities. You might wonder, right, what the meaning of behind this business rule? You will understand it when you see ERD or Entity Relationship Diagram. Now, I will continue to the ERD. ERD is stand for Entity Relationship Diagram. So if you remember the previous business rule, the first one is each booking form can fill out to many students and each student can fill out many booking form. We can conclude that this first business rule is many-to-many relationship. But for the third business rule is a facility can receive many booking form and each booking form can be received by many facility. This also is many-to-many relationship. We can conclude that the booking form is a bridge or composite key. So look at the slide given. The student represented by student table, booking form is represented by booking table, and facility as represent as facility table. So student fill out booking and receive by facility. So one student fill out many booking and many booking received by a facility. Example of facility such as a basketball court, a badminton court, football field, and so on. Second business rule is each facility must belong to the one sport equipment and each sport equipment may have many facility. We can conclude that this is a strong entities. When we have a strong entities, which means it's a weak relationship. So look at the ERD. There is a dot line. So when the dot line, which means it a weak relationship. I give a simple scenario, you will understand it better. So when a student want to borrow a sport equipment or they want to use a facility such as a basketball or badminton court, so they need to fill out the booking form. So once they fill the booking form, they will give to someone who in charge the sport equipment and facility. So they will check the booking form and then they will check if the facility is available or the sport equipment is available. Once it's available, the one who in charge the facility will receive the booking form. So they will check what they need. If they want to use a card, the one who in charge will fill out the data. If they want to borrow the sport equipment, they still need to write down the data of the student who use the facility or sport equipment. Next, Sai will explain the data dictionary.
I shall continue with the data dictionary. For table name, we have student, booking, facility, and sport equipment. Next, I will present the data dictionary of this project. As you can see from the table, the student ID used char 10. The reason for this is because the amount of character that we receive by each attribute will always be 10, whereas student name use varchar 20 because the amount of character that will be received by this attribute are always random. The same case applies to all of the table lists. The rest of the information is pretty much self-explanatory, so I will just show the rest of it quickly.
Thank you, Said. Now I'm going to present the SQL DDL for our project. This part is pretty straightforward, so I'm just going to go through this very quickly. So what this SQL script does is that it will create tables for our system so we can insert data to it. For example, create table equipment will create the equipment table. As for the SQL DML, this SQL script will insert the data to the table we just created. So for example, insert into equipment values 2001 football ball will insert value to the equipment table.
Chesler, why you don't show us the example of queries? Because there's 4 types of query, right, for this group project?
Yes, there are 4 types of it. Let me show you the easier one first, which is selection and projection. So the query for this one is retrieve ID and name of students whose name begin with A. So the SQL statement here will show the output of the ID of the student and also the name of the student. And as you can see, the SQL statement did show the ID and name of students whose name begin with A. The next one is aggregation and grouping. The query for this one is retrieve the total number of students who live in Kampung Tuno. So this is the SQL statement, and if we run this SQL statement, the output should return total students equal to 4. And as you can see, the SQL statement did show total students equal to 4.
Okay. That is so easy. Why don't you show to us the hard one?
Okay, now let's go to the join inner queries. The query is retrieve the name and faculty of students that have made a reservation on 09/07/2021. So this SQL statement is using equi-join, as you can see here. And if we run this SQL statement, it will return the student name and also faculty. And as you can see, the SQL statement did return the name and the faculty. The next one is join outer queries. The query is to retrieve all student information and booking information that have the same student ID by using left outer join. So this is the SQL statement, and what this SQL statement does is that it will show all the information about students and also booking, and it will also show the student details that do not have any information on the booking table. And as you can see, this is the output, which is the same one as the one in the report.
This is such a great explanation from you, Chester. Great to hear it.
Yes, thank you, Chesler, for the explanation.
The last one is nested queries. The query is to display the names of all students where the purpose of booking is to practice badminton with their friends. So nested queries uses the same concept as join, as you can see here. But the only difference is the execution. So if you run this SQL statement, the output should be like this. And as you can see, the output is student name equal to Abu, which is the same as the one in the report. That's all from our group. Thank you.